Hey everybody, so this is Talking to Talk, everybody, or not everybody, episode 6. And on today's episode of Talking to Talk, we're talking about Washington State Part 1, the album that I had released last year in October, which released on the 9th of October, which it is October 9th as of recording this video. I'm probably going to upload it on the 10th or the 11th though. So note that this video was recorded on the 9th, not the 10th or the 11th or even before that. This is recorded on the day that Washington State Part 1 turns a year old. Now, I just want to be quite frank with a few tracks on it. I'm going to be honest and give my honest opinion about them. And also, during this time, what is it? It is the 9th, so it's Friday. Yes. On Wednesday, which was the 7th, was the day I quit drinking coffee for the second time in my life, which is pretty fun. So, not all, but most of the stuff I said about the album when it released or just over the past year might be false. Anyway, let's talk about the album. Every single song on it. And the lyrics I won't even touch on because I didn't write them down other than on Its Time and what was the other song? What I Think? Yes. And also Don't Stay, which is the only cover on the album, I'm pretty sure. Yes. So, I wanted to say some facts on the album. And yeah, that's just how it is. So, the first track, Rebirth, was originally supposed to be longer, as you can tell on the demo, Bring It Together. You can tell, well, actually, it's shorter on the demo, but it was supposed to be longer, because on the demo, you can see that it's shorter, and then the actual version being Rebirth. Born Amalgamation is shorter than Rebirth, but Rebirth ended up being um 3 seconds longer, I think. And it's longer, and that's what it was supposed to be. It was longer. It was supposed to be a minute long. I cut it down because that's just too long. You're Wrong is, well, the song on the album is actually the demo version because I just didn't want to remake the actual. I just thought the unused version, which is the one I'm the only one who's heard the unused version. No one else has. I used the demo version because the actual version didn't sound as good as the demo. Just it wasn't that good in my opinion, the unused version, but I still wanted the track on the album, so I put it on the album anyway as the demo instead of the unused version because I like the demo a lot more. The demo makes me headbang a lot more as well. Mein Teil ist zu sterben. Um, it's in the title. It's about my part being to die. Is to die. My part is to die. That's the English version. Which I have never played this track live, even though I know the lyrics. Mein Teil ist zu sterben is the lyrics. And I've never played this track live. I haven't even played the other track, You're Wrong, live because no, I'm not going to play it live. I didn't write down the lyrics. I would if I wrote down the lyrics. Satan's Lover is the track that was supposed to have another part to it later in the album, but it ended up just being a one track storyline. which is kind of sad because that means the story is actually cut off. Well, actually, it was supposed to be released on Idaho Part 2, and then on the next album, which is Ugly Stranger, there's supposed to be the Part 3, but that didn't happen because Idaho Part 2 wasn't as bad as Washington State Part 1. I wanted it to be better, and it ended up being better because I wrote the lyrics for it and all that, so it ended up being better. And I like this version. I like Satan's Lover alone as it is. The song Deaf, if you didn't know, the song Deaf is it's basically blind, but I switched up blind with deaf and I changed the lyrics a bit. That's it. Uh Mostly just baby stuff. It's not even that good, honestly. It's just no. I don't really like it that much. It's Time was written by me and someone by the name of Lucky Gamer Central who was on the song. We are obviously no longer friends, but I'm not going to take down the song, nor am I going to stop playing it live because of this. Even though I'm pretty sure I haven't played it live since we stopped being friends. I might play it live one day afterwards. I have no idea. Let's Roll was, I think, the first single released off the album. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Technically, You're Wrong is the first single, but it's not even a single release, so I don't count it as one. Let's Roll is, title is taken from a 9/11 thing, because at the time, I was in class, and it was 9/11, and I heard that, so I was like, that has to be a title for a song. Let's Roll. And there you go. That's how the title came to be. Sleepless Nights was the song that I never wanted to talk about after its release, and it is the song I don't want to talk about after its release because Sleepless Nights is about my paranoia and technically insomnia, where I stay up at night because I feel like someone's watching me through my windows or someone is hiding in my closet. So I've quite literally walked out of bed just to look out the window and to look into the closet to make sure no one's hiding. And it's kind of terrifying, honestly. I've actually tried to sleep earlier today, and yeah, that didn't go well. I didn't end up sleeping. Uh, Sour Noise. Sour Noise was the song that um wasn't really supposed to be. Well, it's one of the couple of songs that just wasn't supposed to be on the album. It's the song that I wanted to make, but I didn't at the same time. I didn't want to put it on an album, but I said, hey, you know what? I'm doing it anyway. So it has to be on the album. So yeah, that was one of the songs that I just didn't care for off the album that much because during a guitar lesson, my guitar teacher wanted me to play a song in a key, in one straight key, without key changing or whatever, so I chose G minor. I ended up playing a G major, which is not in the key of G minor, but I said, oh, well, I did it in this sort of scale, which made G a major and a minor, which is actually in the key of G major minor. So there you go. That's what the song's key is in G major minor. You can fit G major and G minor. It's the same fucking thing. So that's fun. Atomic Annihilation is the song on the album that for me means the least, sadly. It's about atomic annihilation, about the world ending because of nukes being dropped everywhere. That's what the song is about. In which, honestly, the song is long. It's dragged out. It doesn't feel that great for a song. And also, since this album, my guitar soloing skills have gotten better. I still don't do full planned out solos. Most of it's improvis. Most of it is improv. We'll go with that. Most of it's just improv, which I like. But what I don't like is that I don't know what the fuck I'm playing most of the time. Anyway, continuing. What I think is the song that me and Zader wrote. But Zader ended up not being on the song because of whatever reason. I don't really remember. The lyrics were supposed to rhyme, and I guess he didn't like that. I think, and so he just didn't want to be on the song, and that's fine. He has been on older songs, but that's just it's whatever. He helped me write it, so there you go. I think he wrote the chorus, most of it. I have no clue. Classroom number 51, culinary. Yeah, this was written in 8th grade, I can tell you that. Whew. It's a song about my culinary class, my culinary arts class. Um, and we had a list of people who didn't do good, but weren't terrible, just did something wrong and made a mistake. It's just a list of that, which, in my opinion, is fine. It helps. It should help those people learn, and I've been on it a few times, so and it helped me learn. So I'm at least glad for that. I did cook those pancakes perfectly, by the way. Number War is surprisingly about Roblox and has nothing to do with numbers. I don't exactly remember why I named it Number War. It has nothing to do with numbers. I think the demo originally, which I've never released the demo for Number War, had a lot to do with numbers and had a lot to do with math. And so I guess that's why I called it Number War, but now it's a song about Roblox games like Broken Bones 4, Phantom Forces, and I think Bad Business. I'm not sure. Might be Swordburst 2 instead. I don't remember. Where's the Silence was the second song that just wasn't really supposed to be. It was the second song written because of a guitar lesson, and I don't remember what key I played it in. I think it was either E minor or I tried G major again or G minor again. I don't remember. There you go. Don't Stay. I said that I didn't want to play the song live because it means so much to me. And so I stopped playing it live. A lot of what I said about this track is actually a lie. Um I don't want to play this track anymore because not it's not fun to play that much anymore. It's just not. I mean, at first, when I released Washington State Part 1, it was fun to play. Same with Idaho Part 2. It's fun to play. But then I played it, and I've listened to it so much outside of the live shows that I don't really want to play it that much. But I'll still play it if the opportunity comes. And then the title track at the end of the album, Washington State Part 1. Whew. Ow, fuck. I just punched my desk. This song was supposed to be an instrumental track that didn't end up being an instrumental track. For whatever reason, I don't remember why. That's just it. And yeah, that's the story behind Washington State Part 1, pretty much. Next this year is Idaho Part 2. That's surprising. Let me figure out when Idaho Part 2 is released. November 6th. Alright, November 6th. 2019 was when it was released, so that's good. That's good to know. Alright. Anyway, October 9th, 2019, I released Washington State Part 1, which is a terrible album, I will admit. I have way worse, though, surprisingly. Seven-Folded Demons, which I absolutely fucking hate with a passion. Evils in the World, which I like the most, except for Idaho Part 2. Idaho Part 2 is my favorite, since I cared for it a lot more than the other albums, but that's all I got for today, and that's about it. See ya.